Welcome everybody to another episode of Viddli Community Connect. We have March. It's March this month. And some of you know this is the first month of converting eMTY to MTY. And this episode will give you every information you need to know before the conversion. So many of you might ask themselves, how does it work? How are my eMTYs going to be converted to MTYs? How much eMTY is one MTY? And today's video marks the point where we get through this point. First of all, in short, as you know, you see ads on the Viddli app. And we take these ad revenues from the Viddli app, we buy MTY tokens with it from the open market, and based on your eMTY amount relative to the amount of eMTYs of other people, you will get rewarded in MTYs. That's the short answer. But we would like to get into an example, into a scenario where we can catch this whole point, where it gets clearer for some people who need specific example, a specific case to understand how much eMTY is one MTY. Well, it depends on, my friend. It depends on. You cannot say how much eMTY is one MTY unless you have the revenues of the whole month. So let's go into the long answer, my friends. So the amount of eMTY that users collect is dependent on their engagement with the platform, and eMTY earnings can be amplified by holding NFT glasses in your wallet. So based on how much you engage with the Viddli app, so how much content you create, how much articles you write, how much articles you read, if you have an NFT of our Viddli glasses, which boosts your income in eMTYs, this determines how much eMTYs you get, of course. So basically, your whole engagement will determine the amount of eMTYs you have. I already saw some users having 400 to 500k eMTYs, which is quite good. And I'm really excited how our revenues are at the end of the month and how the conversion is going to be. So let's go on. The conversion rate of eMTY to MTY tokens will depend on how many eMTY users have earned and how much ad revenue this has generated on the platform. So let's take a look at an example with some basic and arbitrary figures just to clearly lay out the mechanics how earning MTY really works on Viddli. Well, some of you might notice that I am reading a text, and this text is from our CEO Ismail from his article on the Viddli app called Earning on Viddli Explained. Make sure to check it out and leave a comment there as well. So let's suppose that over the course of a month, the app generates $2,500. Okay, so the app has generated $2,500 in terms of just for showing ads and so on. And first, Viddli retains 60% of this revenue to cover our operating costs. Of course, we are people too. We need to eat food and to make this whole thing going. After taking out 60% for our operating costs, this leaves us remaining with $1,000 in revenue, which has to be converted into MTY. And this MTYs will be split amongst the content creators and users who hold eMTY in their Viddli wallets from engaging with the platform over the course of a month. So for simplicity's sake, let's imagine there were 5 people on the platform using Viddli during our given month. We call these 5 users A, B, C, and D. So user A is a prolific content creator who wrote tons of fantastic articles that the other users loved to read. User A has earned 100k eMTY over the course of the month. Users B, C, and D and E have all made a few posts on the app, but they mostly engage by reading the awesome articles that user A had written. They each earned 20k eMTY during the month. So in total, there are now 200k eMTY generated and held by the 5 users on the app, distributed as follows. User A has 100k eMTY, user B 20k, user C 20k, user D 20k, user E, how much? Write it in the comments. 20k. Don't tell anyone I told you, please. So it's time for us to convert these 200k eMTY into Minty and distribute those sweet Minties to our users. We have 200k eMTYs held by our users and $1,000 of ad revenue to share amongst them. Therefore, we divide our ad revenue by the number of eMTY to calculate the value of each individual eMTY that our user holds. So we have 1,000 divided by 200,000 means 0.005. One eMTY is worth around half a cent of ad revenue. So Viddli will buy $1,000 of Minty tokens from the open market at market price and divide those tokens according to the distribution of eMTY held by the different users on the platforms. Each user will receive half a cent worth of eMTY in exchange for every eMTY they hold in their Viddli wallet. In our example, user A will receive an equivalent of $500 worth of Minty tokens. User B, C, D, and E will each receive an equivalent of $100 worth of Minty tokens. The exact number of Minty tokens each user receives will of course depend on the market price and the market rate, guys. Don't forget that. At which Minty tokens, of course, are trading at the time when ad revenue is converted from dollars into Minty tokens. By buying tokens from the open market in order to convert ad revenue into rewards for the users of the platform, we will add liquidity to the market for Minty tokens and always have a buying pressure at the end of the month on the Minty token. Don't forget that. And we help to ensure that rewards are paid in a currency that will grow in strength alongside the success of the app itself. Of course, if you have any further doubts or question, then make sure to check out our light paper or reach out to us on the contact page. This marks the end of this phenomenal article which was written by our CEO Ismail, which pretty much nails this story. So I hope I was able to tell you guys how the conversion of eMTY to Minty works, and I hope all of you are hyped for this moment. And some of you might know, in order to buy Minties from the open market, there has to be Minty. So this month will also be the month where the Minty token is going to be launched. This is a historical moment. Don't forget to follow our socials. I attached every social in the description and also attached the article in the description. Make sure to follow us there to stay up to date. And guys, this project is a no-brainer, because if you get behind the mechanics, you will see that we have always buying pressure on the Minty token. Take this opportunity for yourself. Take this opportunity, and you are at a point of a truly amazing project which has just started. That's all from my side. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm so hyped for the first conversion, and I will tell you how much eMTY I have. I currently have 700k eMTY, and I'm very hyped how much minty these are going to be. And of course, I will be one of the first in first line. I'm so hyped for the launch of the Minty token, to trade this token, to buy this token, and yeah, to place myself in the right place of a truly amazing project. That's all from me, Sian, your CSO and Chief Economist of the Viddli app. Goodbye.